Hi guys, Prodigal Programmer here, welcoming you to a new series on my channel. I'm going to call this one Quotable Monologues, and it's exactly what it says on the tin. I'm going to break down in a monologue format quotes that have inspired me and hopefully inspired others, hopefully will inspire some of you guys, and also a bit about the author of the quote and what it meant to them. Amazing. So let's get straight into it. Today's quote for the first episode is: a creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. That was a really hard quote to say because twice it's the desire, and if I was just talking to it like someone on the street, I would just say the desire, but I have to say the desire. This quote was said by Ayn Rand, which was her pen name. Her real name was Alisa Zenovia Rosenbaum. Sure. Not very good at Russian. She was actually born in St. Petersburg in 1905, but had to flee to America due to crazy Lenin and his Russian Civil War and all the nonsense he was doing. She moved to New York in 1926, where she wrote some books, wrote some plays, established herself as a writer, but then wrote two critically acclaimed books called The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged. These put her on the scale big time, and she was able to express her philosophy of life through these books, a philosophy called objectivism. So, what is objectivism? This was, in essence, a concept where man is the ultimate hero of their lives. And when I say man, remember this is the 1900s, so she meant humans in general. I really like this quote because I am someone who believes in himself and feel that if a lot of people just believed in themselves in more of a selfish way, just a little bit more selfish, they'd be able to achieve so much more in life. I don't know why this comes up in my head, but I think about Kanye West in this sense, seems like a super egotistical maniac basically.
But I'm the best.
But I mean, look where he is. He's the richest black man in the world, I'm sure. He's able to achieve all the things that he's ever wanted to achieve. He never listens to naysayers or people that try and bring him down. And yeah, he's in, I guess, the position he's always wanted to be in because of that. I think Ayn Rand would love Kanye West, and I think Kanye West would probably love Ayn Rand as well. She supports something called ethical egoism, which was the opposite of altruism. If you don't know what altruism is, it's basically about helping others, making sure you put other people first, and being very caring and compassionate and empathetic and all those type of happy ways. She rejected that outrightly. She was all about the self being the hero. I think she described it as your own happiness being the moral compass of your life. So basically, whatever makes you happy, you go for it. Don't worry about anything else that's happening. You don't have to listen to others. You don't have to do what others do. Another interesting quote that she said was, "It isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me." And I found that really cool because she just skipped past, if she even is going to ask permission to do what she's doing. She's already skipped that. She's just going to do it. And whoever's going to try to stop her, that's the problem. I found that really cool. Like, you don't even have to think about if you have permission or not. You just do it. And if you look at her life as well, she came to America as a Russian. She settled down. She wrote whatever she wanted to. She made two massive books in American literature. And as a woman who was oppressed at that time, didn't have a lot of rights, she was able to transcend all of that, write her books, become a hero to many people. And she did that all on herself, all by herself. I find that really inspirational. Against all odds, she was able to make a success of herself and promote her philosophy in a succinct way, you know? Now, let's get into a bit why she was mostly hated by a lot of people. She rejected faith and religion and anything, you know, supernatural, kind of anything to do with the universe or God. No, that wasn't her bag. She believed in humans being the gods of their lives. You know, why can't humans be gods? And this is another parallel to Kanye West in terms of, you remember that quote he said, you know, I am a god, or why can't I think I'm a god or a king or something like that, you know? She subscribed to the same type of thinking. She also bashed a lot of other philosophers of her time and the past. I think the only philosophers that she gave props to were Aristotle, who she loved, a little bit of Nietzsche, and Victor Hugo she also admired. But other than that, everyone else can just go to hell, basically. She had a lot of rigid thinking. She rarely changed her mind. I don't think she ever changed her mind from what I could tell. And wasn't able to kind of debate with people in terms of, you know, listening to other people's concepts of life and other philosophies. In her mind, she knew her philosophy was right and the only way to live. Which, I mean, if she lived in this society now, I'd probably hate her. I don't know. But what I admire about her is just her bravado, like the fact that she had this energy, you know, she had the vim, she had the she had the strength to say all this stuff, and she didn't care what anyone else said. I find that really powerful, and it's something that I admire in Kanye West as well. You know, I don't admire much from him, but that's one of the things I do. I'm actually reading The Fountainhead now, and it's going pretty well. I'm enjoying it. Some of the characters in there are characters. They're quite funny. The main character, it seems, is, yeah, a bit like her, like very, not braggadocious. He doesn't seem to brag, but he knows what he wants and he's going for it. He's not going to listen to any naysayers. He's not going to listen to people that think he's doing the wrong thing, think he's an idiot, you know, anything like that. He just goes for what he wants and he's going to make it happen one way or another. And I'm only just at the beginning of the book, but already it's quite an interesting read. So if we go back to the first part of the quote, a creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve. As a creative man myself, I can fully understand this. You know, achievement for me is pretty high on the list. I haven't achieved much in life. Not to say that I'm a waste, but there's a lot that I still want to achieve. You know, I'm 34 now, and time doesn't wait for anyone, so I've got to just keep moving. And yeah, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, I achieve something and it motivates me more. Having motivation allows me to achieve more. I achieved it. Now I'm more motivated to make more stuff. You know what I mean? And then the second part of the quote, you know, not the desire to beat others. I've never personally been motivated by competition, by, you know, beating others and leaving others in the dust and, yeah, I'm number one and all that kind of stuff. I can see how it can motivate people, but I've always been someone who looks introspectively inside myself and tries to bring out that strength to achieve all that I want to. You know, it's not really about other people. I've never really taken other people into account or consideration. I think that's one of the best ways to achieve greatness, to succeed in life, to succeed in something anyway. One thing that also intrigued me about her was when people came out and reviewed her books, some would obviously come with negative reviews, and she wouldn't take very well to those reviews. She would bash them in the media, newspapers, and cuss them out, call them idiots, say they don't know what they're talking about. How can you review my book like this? You don't know how to critique. You know, it seems like she didn't take criticism very well. Ayn Rand was actually able to inspire a lot of people. Someone actually founded the Ayn Rand Institute in 1985, which was a non-profit organization just discussing her ideas and works and how this objectivism could become mainstream in the world. And of course, her books are enjoyed worldwide. It's an interesting story, an interesting way of thinking about life. For example, the second book, which is her most famous, Atlas Shrugged, that was recommended to me by an economist who said that it will make you think of money in a different way of thinking about economics and wealth. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I never thought of money in the traditional sense anyway, so yeah, I thought I'd give it a read. I'll let you guys know how I found that book probably later on in another episode. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for today. Hope you enjoyed this. If you got to the end, please give the video a like, maybe subscribe, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.